everyone. Welcome to the Zea Tea Podcast. I'm with this guy.
Hello.
He's never been on this podcast before. It's been a long time since you've sat here.
It's been a long time.
A long time.
I reckon it was like a Doctor Who.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. It's like, my God, when was the last time we've sat here and talked to a camera?
I was probably being weird.
Yeah, you were probably like doing this in a Doctor Who review. Maybe. I'll never let you live that down. That was the very first one. Yeah.
That's the first.
But yeah, we used to do this all the time, and this has been a long time coming because of COVID. But
yeah.
We discussed it. We're like, it must have been a Doctor Who review. I'm trying to think back. It must have. There's a fly in here, by the way. I want to really preface that if there's anything flying across the microphone or whatever. Which review was it? I'm trying to look back. So it must have been 2017 at least, because 2018 was when we started doing reviews in my room in front of my DVDs.
Yeah, and then after that I disappeared for like uni and stuff, so I haven't actually been in your house.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So can this fucker please go away? Fuck off. This guy. All right.
Definitely grown as a YouTuber. At first, we're just keeping quiet. Now, fuck off.
Yeah. Now, piss off. Piss off. So, what has happened today, Kane? Something's happened. Something in particular. What's happened? A certain album decided to rear its head. Decided to pop up today. It was this bad boy. This fucking fly. Hold on a fucking second. Hold on. I'm gonna get rid of this bastard. Alright, the fly is now disposed of. I didn't kill it, I saved it by releasing it into the wild.
You yeeted it.
I did yeet it. I yeeted it with a waft of air and it went away. So this came out, this album. We made the occasion to meet up and listen to this album for the first time. Zenjitsu by Iron Maiden. 6 years in the making. What were your thoughts? What were your thoughts? Favourite tracks? Favourite tracks, go. Like two or three from first listen.
Writing on the Wall and
Stratigo for me.
Lost in a Lost Land World.
World, yeah. Those are the three best for me. It's Writing on the Wall, Lost in a Lost World, and then Stratigo probably.
Those middle songs are very strong.
At the start, because like the first 4 tracks we were very impressed. But the first 6, the first disc as a whole is a solid piece of art, really. Yeah. And then the second disc, more experimental. It felt a lot more like Book of Souls with the length of the like Empire of the Clouds type of stuff, where it was really long. But the final track we were very impressed by as well. As a whole, fucking loved it. Yeah, I think it was a great album.
Yeah, I prefer the first track, first
disc.
Yeah, a lot more than the second one. Yeah. But as Zach had reminded me, with those songs, they might grow on there later.
Yeah, because I had like a marathon of listening to their albums and listening to Book of Souls through again, because originally the only songs that stuck out was River Runs Deep and Speed of Light, which are the 2 fan favourites on the album. Well, If Eternity Should Fail, that's another one that's a fan favourite on there. But then when I listened to the others, like Tears of a Clown and Empire of the Clouds, I was like, these are long pieces, but they don't drag like my original like impression of them were. Like if you really like appreciate the instrumentation and the lyrics behind it, you're like, oh, wow, this is actually really like well done, well put together. I love it. And considering like we had to wait 6 years for this new album, at least it was an hour and 20 minutes. It wasn't just a 50-minute album done and done. They did put their heart into this one, as they always do. So yeah, this one was sick. And the album art, a new Eddie as well, you know. I think, yeah.
I'm ready to play as that Eddie in the game.
Legacy. Yeah, do you want to talk a bit about that? Like the app? Because you're obsessed with that.
I'm not obsessed.
Well, every time I see you, you go, I'm bored. And then I just see that app come up on the loading page.
Hey, I'm not as bad as my dad.
Continue talking.
I'm not as bad as my dad, who plays the game as well. But my dad has issues with, I'm going to say resource management, is like in games. Yeah. So he gives it to me. Like he'd finish work. He'd spend his whole time at work playing the game, then come home and throw his phone at me and says, "Fix this shit." Oh wait. So for fuck's sake.
I want to quickly preface. I don't think I've ever mentioned this on this channel on the podcast. Is that you are in like games design and like tech and coding. That's like your sort of area. Yeah. So
having
everyone saying you're the tech guy is not dumbfounded. It is a based sort of like phrase.
It's not dumb. It's not a joke.
Yeah. It's your thing really. It's the meme of welcome to IT. I tried to turn it off and on.
Hello IT. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
But yeah.
Have you tried shoving up your ass?
Oh, that was my mother.
That was me mother. But no, I think I started playing the game when I went to yours in.
It was that trip. It was the trip where we filmed The Long Night. To put it to people who understand it, it was that trip because it was like one of the last mornings while we were hanging out because you were there for 4 days, maybe.
Yeah.
It was for a weekend. You showed up on the Thursday, I think, and then left on the Sunday, I believe. And on like the last day, you were just there. It was in one of the bits of the film at the end where it's the shot where I'm picking up my phone. You're just there. I think you're playing the game.
When I was on my phone, I was
in that shot
playing the game. Yeah.
Where you go. Same time next week, that line at the end of the film, I think you're actually playing that fucking game in that. That's really funny. Like, you think it was just acting. Nope, you were actually focused on the game.
Many times when I've got my phone facing, like...
sideways. You're mostly doing Legacy of the Beast. Yes. You're mostly playing that game. But yeah.
Yeah, even the video, the pub quiz video, when I was clicking no, I was getting distracted when I was playing the game.
Yeah, the Doctor Who pub quiz, that's it. You were playing it there as well, so...
It's a fun game. It's got a mix between actually, two things, gaming and metal.
I think it's right, though. You do play it all the time, because we were doing a hike when it was boiling hot, like a month ago or so, and while we were walking, we were listening to Iron Maiden through my speaker, and you had the app playing while we were hiking. We were, like, doing exercise, I don't know, we were just walking, and you were playing Iron Maiden. You were playing Legacy of the Beast on your fucking phone.
Game.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I
don't play mobile games, so...
Yeah.
And when I said that, it's like 2 games on my phone.
Sounds addictive, so...
And it's Legacy of the Beast and Game Dev Tycoon.
Those are the 2... I don't play any on mobile games anymore. I used to, but that was back when I had like a Nokia.
I make more mobile games than play.
I make them!
I make them more than play them.
Yeah. But yeah. Last thoughts on... I don't want to linger on this too long because we've planned to do a full podcast on Iron Maiden and what we love about them and talk about the albums. But I do want to say we were very... This is one of the strongest ones. Like, because obviously while we were listening to it, I was like ranking them because I have a weird ranking system of like colours, which I'll get into in another video.
I was just adding them to my Spotify.
But yeah, we were listening to the tracks, and every single time, like, it's the equivalent of like 10 out of 10. Like, every single song on here was at least a 9. Or besides one.
There was one 8.
There was one that was an 8 out of 10. But then there was like there were like so many 9s and 10s out of 10s on here. Like, I think 2 10 out of 10s, and then the rest are 9s for the most part. Yeah. So that shows how impressive this is. I think this is, depending on how this ages with me, this has potential to be a top 5, maybe even a top 3. Because obviously, like, my 2 favourites have always been Number of the Beast and Fear of the Dark, as we all know. Those have always been my 2 favourites, but this has the potential to be up there. It was a damn good thing, considering how late in the career it was.
Alright.
But yeah, I was very impressed with this. But yeah, when we were obviously arranging to meet today, actually, I went to the shops, which is how I bought this. I went there on a whim. I went to Asda, as it happened.
You could have bought the beers!
Yeah. Well, the thing is, that's what happened. My parents bought them by surprise. Because we had 2 troopers while we were listening to this. My parents surprised me. It was like, you know how Kane's coming around to listen to that album you bought? I'm like, yeah. And then they showed me 2 troopers like, oh my god, that's awesome. And so, yeah. And then you showed up and I surprised you. Double whammy.
Yeah.
But yeah, very cool. Because the plan was originally just listen to it on Spotify or whatever. And then I went to the shop and I'm like, oh, better idea. Ding! and then yeah, the rest is history, I guess. But no. Very cool experience, to be honest. Cause,
I love the artwork so much.
Yeah. Well, when we were doing it, I was like, I'm having the bottle caps. Because I like collecting them. I have a Haces High one now, and then Fight of Icarus one.
I've only got Fear of the Dark, and somewhere I've
I don't have Fear. I don't have Fear of the Dark, so I'm jealous. I have a Legacy of the Beast one, 2 Minutes to Midnight one, the 2 that I just mentioned, and you take over while I'm thinking. I don't know. Forget it.
While I want a bing bang.
But yeah, that's it on this album. Zenjitsu, a brilliant album on first listen. I can't wait to listen to it through again now because it's just so good. It's so good. But yeah. Anyway. So what's happened recently? Well, you're going back to uni.
I'm going back to uni.
You're going back to uni.
Just under a week. No.
What's
the date?
You're the 11th, aren't you? You're going. It's the 3rd today, so just over a week.
Give me a day. Friday.
It's Friday.
Yeah, just over a week. I don't want day. I want day.
So yeah, 8 days. So yeah, just over a week.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, yeah. Mm.
I spent the whole time packing and playing Destiny because I thought after being stuck in a pandemic for 2 years, Destiny decides, yeah, I'm finally gonna let you play over Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't let me play over Wi-Fi. It was like, no. You know, like my phone wouldn't let me play Legacy today.
Yeah, because it wouldn't connect to the fucking Wi-Fi or whatever. So.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, Destiny was doing it for the past 2 years. Then it's like, yeah,
why no?
Yeah, new season comes out. Destiny, here you go.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll take that.
Hey, thanks, boss.
But yeah, you're going back to uni. We've planned of maybe me visiting you as well, which will be exciting as well. That'll be fun. Lots of new metal albums coming out as well.
A lot
of them. There was one that came out what came out this summer that we jammed out. I forgot. I don't know. I mean, I know there's a Carcass album coming, and same with Beast in Black, so that's exciting. But there's lots of cool stuff coming out at the moment.
There was 2 EPs that came out from
Sabaton.
Sabaton.
Yeah, that was Sabaton. What was the other one? I've forgotten. Oh, no, Trivium. Trivium's coming out soon. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, I forgot about that. Trivium is the big one. The Court of the Dragon, I think the single was called. Very exciting. Especially since we had What the Dead Men Say early last year in February, I think that came out. When they thought, oh, that'll be a great album to tour on. Ugh, so, about that, 2020. How's that going for you, Trivium? Matt Heffy.
Big goof. Hefe.
Matt Heffy.
Hefe.
Matt Meaty. It's a meme on his Facebook page. But no, yeah, very exciting. Speaking of the trip, though, that we did in 2019, the long night trip or whatever.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I don't know if you remember this talk, but when we were walking from my halls to the pub one of the nights, we were chatting about a possible podcast concept. And I think we rolled around with the idea of a podcast called the Zea Tea Podcast. This was before this even podcast started.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah, you remember that then? Yeah.
I do, partially,
yes. Yeah, that was cool. But it's interesting how now, here we are.
And I'm not on it at all.
2 years later. Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't like how that's so long ago now. It's actually crazy. But, yeah. Interesting.
What else is there?
I don't know, man. I mean, the other day though, what else happened in terms of like music? We listened to an EP that I found on eBay.
I can't remember.
Warmness on the Soul. Avenged Sevenfold.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
I love the cogs turning in his head there. But yeah, we listened to that EP. It was an EP that came up before Sounding the Seventh Trumpet,
which has like demo versions of the songs.
Yeah. If anybody knows Avenged Sevenfold, that it is a band that we collectively have a joint like huge love for, much like Iron Maiden, really, but to an even greater degree because we both introduced each other to different parts of their discography. You obviously kicked me off, kind of, because I heard some songs before, but unconsciously, and then you were like, here's this band that I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard them before, and it's like, and then I showed you some songs as well, and it was like, oh shit,
yeah,
now that is something we share. And but no, there was an EP that I didn't realise was still available physically called Warmness on the Soul, which had songs Darkness Surrounding and The Rapture, We Come at Night, I think the other one was, and then Warmness on the Soul. Yeah. So that was a really fun EP to listen to because it was the first piece of content from Avenged Sevenfold that we've heard, since Mad Hatter, which was Set Me Free in 2020. So yeah, that was a great ballad.
Still annoyed me to End the Rapture. It was
it was subtitled of To End the Rapture metal version. It was called, right?
Yeah. So
and it's 2 minutes longer than the one on the official album, Seventh Trumpet.
But it was like 2 minutes of silence,
and it was sped up as well because it's like, wait, what? You robbed us. It's like, what? No. You can't call it metal version and it being the exact same version on the album.
Just 2 minutes.
Like maybe it's a different mastering of the guitar, but still, it's barely any change.
Yeah.
Ugh. We were very impressed with the different mastering of Darkness Surrounding though, because the original one on the album was kind of average at best, but on that one we were like, oh, this is heavier. This has got much more chuggy guitar work to it, and we were very impressed with it. But yeah, and also on that same day, you showed me stuff that was on the CD that I bought of resurrected version of Waking the Fallen. Yes, because there's a DVD option on there that shows you live performances.
Of Holy Confessions.
That was the one that you were desperate to be like, hey, look at this. I'm like, fine, and then we did, and then no regrets were there. So yeah.
There's that official one, which is like the official music video, which is showing like a staged, stage.
Well, it's a music video, but it's a live performance music video.
It's
the
one
music
like
video
compilation
that's on
of
YouTube for Down with the Sickness, which I watched on repeat.
But
when I was younger.
there's a second one, which is like a demo music video, which is just them in a garage and everything filtered blue for some.
Yeah.
Everything's blue.
It's good though. It's good. It's a fucking great thing. The only reason why I got the Resurrected Waiting to Fall is because of the demos. Because they're so good.
Demos are good.
The second Heartbeat demo especially just rips. It's so good. I love that.
Well, just that song goes out to...
the song is sick as it is, but the demo just makes it.
I know, but the demo is so much faster. It's a quad heartbeat.
Yeah. Oh, goddamn, so good. The drum solo as well, really good. But no.
It's the equivalent of 2 Time Lords.
I don't get the reference. Oh, 2 heartbeats. Okay.
Second heartbeat.
Okay. Oh, okay, I get you.
2 Time Lords.
Your humour is so obscure for me. It's so out there.
You're a fucking Doctor Who nerd.
I mean, that's actually a good point. What am I on about? But
I mean, it's literally a fucking joke on your channel where I just went, hello. Hey boss.
Hey boss, how you doing, boss?
We do Doctor Who.
What else happened? As of recording this, my channel hit 5 years recently, so that's also a really cool thing.
You old.
Well, my channel old. I'm even older. I'm 21. We're both 20. We're both 21.
You old.
How the fuck has that happened? We started doing reviews on here when we were 16.
Nothing.
Huh? I didn't hear that.
Nothing.
Okay, I guess I'll just ignore that, whatever that was. But yeah, what else? What else has been happening recently with us? What's happened?
I got jab.
You got jab. You got jab. You got
I got job and a jab. I got jabbed in the job.
Is that the job you're on about that you've got to do up at uni to earn money, or is that? There you go then. Yeah. Speaking of jobs.
Also, both vaccinated, double vaccinated us both.
I had my second jab already though. Speaking of COVID. How's that going for you? How's that going for us? How you had it fucking easy because not easy, but your second year of uni was kind of cut short because of the start of it. But my first year was fucking split in half, and then my second year was all online. Meanwhile, this last year for you has been fucking because it was your placement year, wasn't it?
Yeah, placement self-directed, where I spent the past year working with course mates to make our own studio.
Oh yeah.
And work on our own stuff.
What do you want to advertise any of those projects yet, or do you want to wait a bit? It's up to you. Like any of those game projects, it's up to you because you've kind of got stuff out, like promos out. Is what I mean.
Yeah, I released demo videos, showcasing elements of the.
What's the game called? Artist Colour? No, I've got that wrong, haven't I? What is it?
The studio is called Coloured Perception, and the game is called Artist Opinion.
Oh, Artist Opinion! I've got the two wires
you got it mixed up,
big time. I mean, but yeah, he's got 2 promos out on one of his channels about that game, right? Or is it a different game? You've got another one that looks really cool though. It's like an FPS sort of wacky thing. Not FPS. It's like a paintball type thing.
That is.
Or shouldn't I have said that?
That's in
the works, right?
Sort of. We've got ideas written down, and I've mentioned it to you.
Yeah.
It's the fact
I'm
that
excited for that.
I sold you the idea of actually pitching it. It's like, damn.
I mean, it's a good idea. I'm excited when it's done, but yeah.
Yeah. The artist's opinion was a project I started in second year.
It has the sort of like sort of format of like a Pictionary thing, like a virtual one where you draw stuff, but it's like a simulated version where you emulate what's already there, or no? Is that it's ish? I don't want to spoil it because people should try it themselves. But
yeah, well, Coloured Perception. What we were focusing on is paint-related stuff, so hence the paintball, which is hence why it's called coloured. And the perception is the fact we're using eye tracking. So it's actually
because you want to use it rather than just being like a point-and-click version of like that game. You want to try and mechanics for.
There's no.
What is that device called? Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
It's a Tobii eye tracker.
Okay, cool.
And it's like there's no competition, or any conflicting companies on.
No, with eye tracking games or whatever.
Yeah. Only Ubisoft use it. That's the only big company is Ubisoft, and it's.
What games Do they?
Assassin's Creed, Watchdog, Assassin's Creed, another Watchdog.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Assassin's Creed. I'm not sure.
But I think we forgot Assassin's Creed Black Flag as well.
I'm just worried that they're not gonna get bored and just put it into fucking Uno.
Actually, you know what? That isn't the worst idea though. It would work.
Just staring at cards intensely.
I don't want the yellow 8. I want the green 8.
You just
move over. And then someone like +4s you. No!
Staring intensifies.
Yeah, but But yeah, what other game ideas have you pitched me? You pitched me this idea for Wait, you made a Boxman game for a uni project.
In first year, yeah.
I forgot about this because
I want to
fucking
remake that,
years ago, there was this meme about Boxman that you.
I just drew a box.
You fucking like conjured on this channel. You drew a Boxman.
Hashtag Boxman for life.
No, I don't want that to come back. Oh my god. But no, you made a Boxman game like for a uni project, right?
Yes, it was a first year project. I was working with 2 other programmers and a designer.
Right.
Well, I say that. Well, there's a story behind that.
Okay. Oh yeah. I mean, don't name names, but you can talk.
Gonna.
No, because that'll be a bit too far.
And because we were forced into that group together, like we didn't know each other. So it's like, okay, we've only got one designer, so we shouldn't focus on design. What should we make our characters?
Boxes, and they're like, I got it, guys.
Yeah. Our work is like we have to make a party game, so we're thinking, Super Smash Bros. Boxing. What about we have Boxes Box?
Yes! Blue box versus green box, yeah.
No, that's actually the fucking demo video, just the green and blue
Triangles versus boxes. No, but...
No.
When can I actually try that game, by the way?
I'm actually going to remake it with actual proper looking models, because the story behind... Well, I said there was a story. Our designer...
The lore! No.
Our designer made very early on white box versions of the boxes.
Yeah.
Which is like... what you see prototypes in. It's like, okay, you gonna work on this? Yeah, sure. He never came back. The project was due in June. He left in Feb.
So he dropped out of uni or no?
No, he's still at uni. That's the thing that pisses me off. It was just he fucked off from the project. He did nothing, didn't communicate with us. It's like,
that's a
good thing we didn't decide to make this.
Flaky is one thing. I think flaky is not... even that doesn't describe the amount of just laziness that Yeah. I'm disappointed in that because I wanted to see it. It's like fleshed out.
It's caused me to have a distrust in
designers, right?
Designers, yeah.
I think you've told me this. I was like, I'm watching you. I've got my beady eyes on you. If you're a designer,
yes,
yeah, like all the time.
Yeah, but it was a party game. We called it Debuff Boxing with the idea where over the course of the boxing game, it's last man standing.
Yeah.
Every minute, a different buff or debuff would impact the game.
Yeah.
And I actually want to work on that again, like fix all the animations, add a bit more buffs and debuffs.
Yeah, nice.
It's just instead of just saying, "Hey, I'd worked on like the main game loop." It's like I also actually created art, which is something I suck at.
That's impressive though, because who made the? Because I don't want to obviously spoil the Arthur's Opinion game. Is that what it's called? Yes. I don't want to spoil it. I keep forgetting it. I don't want to spoil like the main game, but in there's models of like people that you can draw. Who did that? Was that a designer? Was that people in your group? Or?
That was the designer of Project Lead, the only designer who I actually get along with.
Okay.
Because I've only actually worked with like 3, maybe 4 designers.
Right.
One of them flaked out
like very
in the first year, but still at the uni.
That's really annoying. Like, even now, like, no, that is very...
Yeah. I still see him walking around in Cheltenham. It's like, fuck's sake.
He just feels like this hot, burning, just red dot in the side of his head as you stare at him. It's like, I know you. I know what you did.
Yeah, what's funny, I joked around because one of the programmers in that first year said, I might become a designer.
It's like, oh god, he's fallen to the dark side.
I actually made a joke like that. I made a joke that I was like, oh, as soon as you become a designer, you're going to do fuck all work. I worked with him for second year.
Well, there you go. How were they? Were they alright? No?
I did his work.
Oh.
Granted, I got a 2-1 in that assignment.
Yeah, I mean, it paid off, but still. Like...
As I've said previously, I carried him so hard, I turned into the
Notre Dame! you carried that There was the famous line that I still have. It's a real zinger. You just go, I carried that project like I was the fucking Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I turned into the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That was off the dome, like out. It's just such a good quote of yours. I love that. That still makes me laugh to this day. That's a banger. But no, yeah.
But quite a lot of my projects I've worked on, I want to remake, like, because they were uni projects. But it's like I want to remake them, like, for my own. Yeah. Because
see how well fleshed out you can make them. Yeah.
Yeah, especially because they're first year projects. Like, yeah, it's like it works. It works. It runs well. Yeah. It just looks like shit.
Yeah, and I think with the constraints of a deadline and with the constraints of uni, you'd feel like the pressure to just get it done and get it out there at a passable standard. But when you have more free time, you really want to see how far it goes. With me, I keep bringing this up every podcast at the moment, but COVIDiots. That was a project that I did for uni, and yeah, I know it's a sore subject, but besides that, it was meant to be like a 6-minute experimental piece, and I turned it into this thesis of it being like, what can I do in terms of like propaganda of today? I'm like, well, everybody is talking about the vaccine as being this horrible thing, and talking about Bill Gates being this evil nihilistic maniac who's like wants to track our every moves. So I'm like, why don't we make a whole film about all these weird opinions and make it a propaganda piece about all these different wacky characters in the world at the moment? So I did that, but the constraints were 6 minutes, and I'm like, well, no, I have so many good takes of my mate, because I had you in the film, I had Morgan, who's brilliant by the way, I keep saying that, Joe's in there, Maya's in there, Dylan's in there, I had my parents in there, like, and I had all these great moments in there I didn't want to cut out, so I'm like, okay, I'll make a director's cut, 15-minute version, which I then uploaded to YouTube, but it got taken down, but that's a whole different story which I've talking about in the past, so I don't need to go on it again. But yeah, it's a great fucking thing, and that's the thing, like your thing, like I wanted to do a proper version that I thought, this is the best version of the piece, and I felt like I did that with the 15-minute extended version, but I submitted the 6-minute version that the uni wanted for that module, and that was that. So
exactly, like most of the assignments I have, like for game dev, it's like, it's not even create a full game, it's like create a prototype with like a couple of levels.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's like, if you think of an idea like Artie's opinion, you want to see how far it goes, really.
Exactly.
You don't want to just limit it to the constraints of like the...
Exactly, that's what happened with that.
The assignment brief.
We created it, it's like, hey, create a game, or a game prototype of a couple of levels, with like using experimental tech. So we were assigned eye tracking. Yeah. So we made
It's a cool concept as well, you can go so many ways with that.
Oh yeah, I've been looking at it. It's going to be my final project. It's going to be eye tracking.
Like an eye tracking type of game.
It's going to be themed around that.
Ooh, any ideas yet, or do you want?
I'm still trying to I'm still trying to work out what I want to do. But yeah, we made it first. Like you can draw portraits. Like you can either draw freestyle with them on the left, or you can look at them and it will draw it on the canvas.
Right. Fair play.
And it's called a one-click game where you just hold the button and that's where the brush will be put down. Yeah. Yeah. And so we started like that, and then after the assignment, we came out with a first, like, let's do this for placement.
Yeah, there you go.
And we just, it's pretty much nearly done. It's literally, I just need to do one task and then it'll be complete.
Finito. Is that the gap year thing you were doing?
Yeah,
there you go then.
The placement.
Brilliant. I think that lands in good with our commercial break. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you after these messages. Beep boop. Beep boop. Hello, R2D2. And that's where it ends. And save. Brother, have you seen the writing on the wall?
Not now, Zach.
But have you seen that writing?
I'm in literal hell on earth. There's no new music to listen to.
So you feel lost in a lost world?
Well, yeah.
Oh, so would you say it was your darkest hour?
I mean, it's just there's no new music to listen to. It's not like it's the end of the world.
Well then look past your days of future past and step into the time machine back into the arms
of Iron Maiden.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the hit 2020 album by Iron Maiden, Zenjitsu, of course, you silly willy.
You're just holding a parchment.
I'm talking about the hit 2020 album by Iron Maiden, Zenjitsu, of course, you silly chilly willy.
Well, it's about time. It's only taken them 6 fucking years.
For this is not the death of the Celts.
Do you even know what a Celt is?
It means metal, you silly billy chilly willy. Now you should go Stratago and listen to it.
Okay. And while I do this, you should go Senjutsu yourself.
Okay, but not before you Stratago kill yourself.
And welcome to part 2 of this podcast, of this lovely podcast. Before we get into the next topic that we get into today, I have something that I want to share. It's a review on Amazon. We like to look at Amazon reviews every now and then, like the funny ones, like the gems in there. You know what I mean? So there's this thing called sugar-free gummy bears, and they have this ingredient in there called absinthe, which makes you shit faster. So there's this review of said product. Now this is something I like doing sometimes, looking at funny Amazon reviews. So this review is titled St. Diarrhea's Day Massacre, and it's by Amazon customer.
Customer.
Let me read you this epic of Gilgrimage tale. So it starts. I purchased these gummy bears thinking, sounds like a nice purchase. A delicious candy with decent price. What can go wrong? I unfortunately had to learn the hard way. It can go very wrong. So, okay. First of all, I made the mistake of not reading the reviews before the purchase, and that was the first mistake and the mistake I will have to live with for the rest of my life. I was excited to try these first time, and I will say they were surprisingly tasteful for being sugar-free. I regretfully decided to try less than 2 handfuls within 5 minutes before I made a run to Walmart to purchase my new coffee maker. Within 15 minutes of consuming these highly powered laxatives, my stomach was making noises that I should have seen as a message from God warning me to turn back around and go home. Right, okay, next bit. Let me find it, okay. I excused the funny feeling in my stomach because I really wanted my new washing machine. The unusual feelings were concerning, though I continued into the store. God help me. I was literally in the middle of the store looking at small kitchen appliances before I heard a loud gurgle after another, and then I squeezed out a fart which then began a long squeak and a jet of propulsion in a split second that probably had some people in the store confused as it was sounding like a gunshot, and probably had some of them ducking for cover. As my situation had gone from a 1 to 10 scale, starting with a 3 to an instant 12, I'm literally soiling myself in the middle of Walmart with hand towels and shower towels as my only source of fabric. I say, fuck the coffee machine. I ditched the cart and ran straight to the opposite end of the store where the toilets are. And what sounded and felt like I had firecrackers exploding in my underwear. People were probably laughing at me and kids were shouting at me. And I finally made it into the bathroom where the only stall was available, the handicapped stall. Upon entering the bathroom stall, while simultaneously crying and pulling down my pants, I jumped on the toilet seat, not realising that it was already covered in urine. As I began opening the floodgates, I realised the evil that moments prior had begun rearranging my insides. I realised after the fact that there were no sheets of paper, and I began holding on for dear life while begging God to kill me now, sounding off gunshots out of my arse, almost like had people running out of the store. Use this product at your own risk, and if you do for some reason buy this, ask yourself, was it worth it? If the answer was yes, you should seek mental health. Mental help. There you go. That's brilliant. There you go.
I replied to that comment, and it's.
I don't think there is any.
You know, it's not a system. But like, if there was, it's like a comment that says cheap versions of cheap laxatives.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I was imagining before, like you going along shopping and
suddenly, boom! Yeah, you just
not
hit
just
that
that,
on the aisle next to you.
You hit that, but he just shouts, "Fuck coffee!"
Yeah.
Fuck my coffee machine.
Yeah,
And
he
just
says
walks
it
off.
out loud. That's what it says there. It goes, fuck the coffee maker. And they genuinely said that. It's just that poor bastard. Like, it's so good, right? It's so because I
can't be
like
real.
it has to be real. Like it's just so detailed. Like you can't like make that up. It's just so funny. I like. That's what I like to do sometimes is read Amazon reviews and just see which ones. Because when I read that one, I was crying with laughter first time.
I have a,
Like, anyway.
I have a similar thing where I play a mini game with Jonathan.
Yeah,
our
Steve,
friend,
yeah.
Where we would look up reviews of games
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. And you
we'd
guess what the product was. Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's lots of ones where they would be shitting. It would be something shitting on the game,
Yeah.
but it's enough.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see if I can find some.
Yeah.
But it's like we would try and find ones that are quite close to explaining the game,
Right, yeah.
but also obscure at the same time.
Yeah. So it's like it is like a guessing game where it's like, oh, this game is about jumping off buildings.
But
like,
he sucks at it.
Assassin's Creed? No, Dying Light. It's that sort of weird guessing game thing where it's a bit obscure. You don't quite know.
Yeah, I think I confused you with that one.
Yeah.
Because I had you have attempt, but it's like you.
Something like that.
Me and
probably.
Jonathan play a lot more games, or variety of games.
Well, yeah. I play games a lot, but it's only a very specific selection of them. Like Trials Rising is the recent one that I'm like I jump on all the time if I just want to turn my brain off and just press front arrow and just play that. Oh yeah, that's the photo you sent me from the other day.
That's the
but
photo
yeah.
you edited of my head. It's like
Yeah.
a balloon.
Show the audience. Oh, it's funny. But no, yeah. It's a cool guessing game thing. It's from one of the previous Doctor Who videos we've done. Yeah. Oh, but that is funny as fuck though, isn't it? Like, what did I do the story justice at least? It's so good, isn't it? That's so good. But no. Yeah. I feel like video games have always been because we played Trials Rising the other day and we played it for a few hours and we didn't realise it. We do that a lot with Call of Duty though, with like COD Zombies especially. Like, how many hours have we drained on that game in particular? Like just playing COD Zombies for hours on end.
I don't know if you'll get this one.
Oh, okay.
We can finally see Connor tasting bodily fluids on the dirty crime scene floor in crisp 4K. You lot might, but he might not.
No, I don't even want to know. Oh my god.
Detroit Become Human. There's a
I've never played that game.
There's
so.
a robot called Connor, who's a police detective,
Okay.
and what he does, he can analyse with his robot tongue.
Okay.
So he like sips up blood.
Oh.
And the game
okay.
had
I'm with you.
and
now.
the game had just been
Gotcha.
released on
Okay.
PC, so
Right.
it's like 4K.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm with you now. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Some of them are quite funny, obscure though.
Yeah.
So.
Over 1 billion guns. Huh, that's pretty cool. Guns with legs. Okay, fine, I'll buy it. That's an actual game. It came out 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So 2019.
Mhm.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
I love how we had to check. No, I give up. I'm not very good with games anyway,
Okay,
so
Borderlands 3.
I probably wouldn't have got that anyway.
It's like The Last of Us with jumping.
Dying Light.
Dying Light, yes.
Yeah, because that's the parkour zombies game that I know. There you go. I still haven't played it. Like, you hype it up to me all the time. I've bought the game and we still haven't played it together. That's how fucking funny that is. But yeah. I don't know. But yeah. We have this obsession with zombie games. In
We
particular.
did, yes.
Like, The Forest, we've been hyping up to play at some point as well. Well, that's not zombies though. Is it?
What game?
The Forest. No.
It's not. It's
No,
that you're
ish.
on an island.
Survival game. Like,
Yeah,
in the same
There's
vein, but-
cannibals though.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, because I've seen so many videos about the game, but I've never played it myself. But I'm excited to. One of the zombies games we played lots of COD Zombies. Obviously,
Lots
that's
of
like
COD Zombies.
that's our shtick really. Like we're connoisseurs of the COD Zombies variety, where we're like, this map is slightly more balanced than this other one. You know, it's a lot.
Yeah. I've played because of
Very pretentious.
I've played a lot of zombies games and a lot of
More than
rave-based
me,
games.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, a large variety. I can list them in a sec.
I think the only ones I consistently think that I know that I've religiously played, zombies wise, is obviously all of the COD Zombies games and then the Walking Dead Telltale games.
Yeah. But
Those are the big ones.
Yeah, because I've played so many, like, because zombies, they always come in waves, there's lots of them.
Mm.
I think when it comes to gaming, I play the role of crowd control, where I just kill a bunch of enemies at once.
Oh yeah, rather than like focusing on like one boss.
Like everyone else on my team would do like the quests and stuff, and I'll just be controlling these.
That would be how we did it. Like back when we played on Xbox
You'd be doing the
360
Easter egg,
all the
and
time.
I'll be the one just killing
Yeah,
shit.
we'll be on the map Origins. If anybody knows COD Zombies Black Ops 2, there's a map called Origins where it's like a trench-based map, and there's giant robots. Like Kane's there fighting off like this robot zombie and a bunch of other people, and meanwhile I'm turning dials and I'm like shooting like targets, and I'm making sure that we can get like the upgraded bows, staffs, and making sure we get like the Easter egg quest done. And you're there just surviving, just dealing with the zombies while you were always the guy that held the crawler. Like, it was always our thing, wasn't it? Like, I'm like, okay, let me go open these doors, you hold the crawler. That was always our thing. That was always like our thing to do on COD Zombies. Yeah. That was cool. Even when we did like Exo Zombies for that brief time.
Yeah, but anytime I play games now with anyone, like I was playing a dungeon yesterday on Destiny.
Left 4 Dead. Sorry, continue. Yeah. That was the other one I was on about.
Just randomly
from
shouts
earlier,
Left 4 Dead at me.
I'll shout Left 4 Dead like 4 hours from now, and you're like, huh? I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter.
Something I do.
Yeah.
Just like start a conversation like from about 10 hours ago.
Yeah.
We were doing a dungeon. I was doing a dungeon yesterday with my flatmates.
What game is this?
Destiny.
Yeah,
It's free, by the way.
Destiny. What?
Get it.
It's free, by the way.
Buy it.
I will.
And those two, they played games properly. One of them plays a lot of Crucible, so of course they do a lot.
Oh, was this your brother? One of your brothers?
No, my flatmates.
Well, one of your brothers is obsessed with Destiny, aren't they?
He started playing it as well.
Oh, okay.
And
was that your older one or the younger one? I know they're both younger than you, but yeah, anyway.
Yeah, the older one, okay, too.
Cool.
Yeah, those two would focus on like collecting like certain
the actual mission, and
they would be doing like we need a light mode or we need a dark mode, and with Kane, that kill shit. Got it. For grenades, tether, fucking RPG.
It's like, alright, here we go, let's do this. Yeah.
I'd be like just there killing shit.
Yeah.
Those two would like try and collect like the stuff that's dropped on the floor and do the task. I just like, I have bazooka.
Yeah. Honestly.
Even there's like they use certain supers that are specific on like killing one enemy, and I'd go, yeah, I'd use this one that damages all the enemies and gains my teammates' health.
Yeah. You're just the heavy. You're the supporting.
The crowd control.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Which I think heavy's class as that. It's like if there's lots of enemies, you could give a guy with an LMG, you just go. Brrr.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. That's usually how it goes.
Like, make a gap.
Yeah, make a gap for everyone else to get. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but back on zombies.
Yeah. What do you think?
Dying
we haven't. Well,
Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Back for Blood.
I was thinking Dead by Daylight doesn't really count, but there are zombies in it, maybe. Dead by Daylight. I mean, it's a game that we've played a lot in the past, so I thought I'd mention it.
Left 4 Dead. Back for Blood.
Back for Blood. Back for Blood.
Back for Blood.
Back for Blood. Yeah, and I think that's it, really. Of all the zombie games, I think we've both played.
I played World War Z.
I've never played that, so fair play.
It's based on the film and the book.
I wouldn't have guessed.
It's shit.
I read the book. The book is okay, to be fair.
It's what you'd expect Left 4 Dead would if it was made by a drunk guy.
There was a new game made by the same Left 4 Dead people. What
Back
was that
for Blood.
about? Yeah, I think you already mentioned that.
I played the beta. It's
okay.
It's mixed. It's like
how is it in compared to Left 4 Dead 2?
It brings it to the modern age. Like you can tell, it's like it is a good adaptation.
Is the mechanics and graphics? The graphics will obviously be better, but is the mechanics like smooth, similar to it, or is it more?
It brings it to the modern age. So it's got you can recognise like this is a Left 4 Dead game. There's elements you can recognise from the old games, but it brought it to the new. Like a decade later, it's like so everything has been updated. You can tell. You can actually aim now.
Oh yeah, it was always down. It was always like hip fire, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it's like it's added a few more features which do actually work with the game.
That's good. Yeah.
The only issue is, of course, with 2020, there's a lot of microtransactions and stuff.
Oh, that's the downfall of
beta.
COD. That's the downfall of COD, I think.
Yeah, they added a perk system, which where you earn playing cards each wave.
Right. Okay.
But it's like they're gonna bring pay as you go into that.
Damn it, that's annoying.
Pay as you go, that's a phone.
Well, I mean, pay to win.
Pay to win
is what you're on about. Yeah. That's the thing. I think we said as well. The downfall of COD, at least like the popularity dwindling from Advanced Warfare. that game so happened to have been the game that started the transaction things, where it's like, oh, if you open these loot crates, you get guns or camos, and it's like, here we go. And then Black Ops 3 was the worst for it, really, at least for multiplayer. Actually, it was bad for zombies because you had to. Well, I mean, you didn't have to. You could earn liquid divinium, where it's like you get gobble gums, and you get extra power ups, like getting more perks. Or, I mean, I only used them because I earned them because I got so many more liquid diviniums.
At this point,
time.
we used them like just because we find it funny.
Yeah, because what else are we going to use them
We
for?
put the
We're not
most
going to stock them up, are we?
We put the most OP or the most ridiculous ones,
like the
all together, and we played
perkaholics, or the
we
killing
played-
times, or the like raindrops, or there's another one that gives you more perks. Fucking soda fountain. That was the one I think you used recently all the time until you ran out of them.
Yeah,
But
we, at this point we're just using them to get rid of them.
Because it's like, what else? Why better than let them sit there on our account?
Yeah. Especially because we play a lot more customs. Like you can't use them in customs.
No, and there's no point like ranking up. You can't rank up in customs either, which is something that's kind of sad. But
It actually makes.
it makes sense because obviously that's kind of OP because some maps will be hella easy in comparison to the balancing of the official.
You left in a
Treyarch
one
maps.
room challenge and you were still alive halfway through.
Oh yeah, like round 50 or some shit. Yeah.
I think I actually
Ridiculous.
disappeared as well to take a piss and came back
And you were still alive. We were both still alive because it was that piss easy. Yeah. Yeah. I suppose that's fair.
That would be an exploit with. So I understand that official maps need.
Oh yeah, they need the custom maps need to not. You need to not be able to rank up in those.
Yeah.
Because it's too easy. But yeah. I mean, I think the nostalgia of COD Zombies is really the reason why we're still playing. Because when I say COD Zombies to you and say nostalgia, what's the first thing that pops to mind? Because I think the answer is the same for me. I'm gonna say it.
Kane de Toten.
Oh, I was gonna say Town BO2.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, yeah. Or Nuketown BO2. It's those two maps. At least in BO2, we played those maps religiously back in the day.
I played a lot. Like I'd go around to other people's houses and play Kino a lot.
Yeah, and
Couldn't get past round 6 because we sucked.
Yeah, no, Kino was
As
the
soon as
first
the
map
stop
I
round
played
was,
too.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I played Kino for the first time ever in probably 2012, 2011 at Morgan's house. That was where I played it. I think you played it at someone from our school's house.
Yeah.
I won't name names, but yeah, probably his house, if
Yeah.
I remember rightly. I think we both know who we're on about.
No.
And then,
No, you don't. Nope.
I'll bleep the
No.
names. Oh, who is it then? I'll bleep the name. Oh, okay, there you go then. I have to bleep all those names there, sorry guys. But yeah, it's just because we don't want to name drop people, because it's a bit...
Trust me, you wouldn't have guessed that.
I would not have guessed that. I mean, I knew you hung out with him, but I didn't know that.
I hung out with most people, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I'm an outcast, but at the same time...
Yeah! But no, yeah, no, COD Zombies, because it's like, like I say, the most nostalgic feeling is probably Ascension on BO1, because I played that all the time at my cousin's house.
Kino.
But then also Kino and 5 when I played it at Morgan's all the time.
Fuck 5.
5. I love
Hashtag-
5.
No, whereas that meme's like hashtag fuck 5.
Why do people hate 5? It's just
Because it was so difficult.
It was on the Pentagon. We were playing as the president. There were 2. But yeah, well, future president, but yeah.
It was good.
Kennedy and...
Nixon.
Fuck. Yeah, thank you. I forgot his name.
Richard Nixon.
Yeah. Now, someone breaking in! It's just a storm deck. Sit down. Love that map. It's so funny. But yeah. BO2 was really the hype, really, because that was the most nostalgia. Town, Nuketown. I think Transit to a degree, Die Rise to a degree as well for us.
Memes.
Yeah. Transit was a shit map, but it was like fun shit because it's the sort of chaos that was hilarious to play. Because if you leave your mate while you jump on the bus, that's just funny because they get hit by the face huggers.
Yeah,
and the
thanks
fog.
for that.
I mean, you did it to me loads as well, though, so that's why it's funny.
I found out so many people in Zombies is voiced by the same voice actor.
The guy who plays Richtofen plays Maxis. That's the only thing I know.
No, he doesn't do that one.
Yes, he does. He does play
Oh,
Maxis.
I didn't read that one. But he
Yeah,
also
he plays Maxis. as
Yeah,
well
that's
as
Nolan
Richtofen.
North.
Okay.
He's known in gaming.
Is he the one who plays everyone then? Lots of people then?
He's known in gaming to play lots of people.
Oh.
I can list a bunch. In Zombies alone, Richtofen.
Yep.
Apparently Maxis.
Yeah, definitely Maxis. That's the only other one I know that he does.
The transit bot.
Oh, so Ted.
He does Ted.
Oh
He
my
is
goodness,
Ted.
that is hilarious. Welcome aboard. Please take a seat. When you knife him and the eyes go red, he's like, get off my bus.
Get the fuck off.
That's great.
I actually forgot I missed.
Yeah, well, oh well. All the same though.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
He's also the voice of Nathan Drake in Uncharted games.
Oh, really?
That's
Okay.
him.
Well, he's gotten around then in the gaming scene. In
Destiny,
terms
he
of
voices
acting.
Cade, the best character,
Okay.
and the Ghost, who's always with you.
Oh, right, him.
Which,
Okay.
fun fact, that was originally played by Peter Dinklage.
Oh, right, that's
But
cool.
he was so blank on his performance. It's like,
fair play.
yeah, we're gonna take Nolan again.
Yeah, come on.
Like,
Come
cool.
in, Nolan, come on. Yeah, that's cool though. But yeah.
Kane.
Here's something that's funny. Anybody who knows COD Zombies, when we have nostalgia for certain Black Ops 3 maps, but not in the way that everyone else does. We played them on last gen. Black Ops 3. Yeah, boy! We played Shadows of Evil in particular. I have so many fond memories playing it, even though we played it with the shitty graphics that came with on the Xbox 360 version.
They were
When we played on Xbox Live.
thing
all
is,
the
there was
time.
spiteful shits.
Who, what?
Raven, who make the port for 360, there was spiteful shits.
Why, what did they do?
There was an update on the game. It's like, oh,
Well, they got rid of Pack-a-Punch or something. I think
you
told me.
couldn't collect the last ritual piece
Oh,
for the
fucking
Pack a
hell.
Punch. It's like,
That's
you
annoying.
motherfuckers!
Why
You
tamper with
spiteful
it?
piece of shits! They're forcing us on the next gen consoles.
It's not fair.
I wish
But,
I had a PC still.
I mean, that's the thing, because you want to go back onto the 360 version of Shadows, even though the graphics are shit, it feels like home. Well, I mean, not really. It feels like nostalgic. It feels like, oh, we spent so many hours and evenings on Xbox Live playing Shadows.
Yeah.
Just having fun. Great map. I love that map. Great game as well. Black Ops 3. Better on next gen. Better on PC. Better
It's
on...
a lot better.
Yeah. But still had so much fun. That's a testament to the map and how much fun we still had on it. But yeah. I think Black Ops 2 was the most nostalgia though, because like I said, we played all those maps. We played Buried a lot. We played Buried so much, didn't we? We played that Western map so much
Yeah.
in BO2. Like an ungodly amount. Yeah, crazy. But
Yeah,
no.
that was your choice to do that though.
I know, because it was like my
I wanted to
favourite
stick
at
on
the time.
town.
And Town was fun as well though, because like
I
we
just
have
wanted
that.
to play
We have so
Town.
many like in jokes that come out of those sessions on Town. I'm alive.
I'm
I'm
not.
not. Yeah. Instantly gets what I'm on about. But yeah, great map though. Great time just playing COD Zombies. But we don't want to stick on COD Zombies too much because that's a very singular topic. But yeah, what are?
Oh, I like zombies, dude.
It's good. It's a good game. A great game, in fact. Actually, no, Cold War, because that's recent. That's up to date. I played one map so far. I played the first map, and that's it. D Machine.
D Machina.
D Machina. Yeah. I played that, and that's it. That's all I've played. But, how many maps? Because we've got, so far, as of recording this, the last one might have come out by now, but Dime Machina,
No,
then
it's halfway
5AC, then Outbreak.
Outbreak.
That's the game mode though, and that's not exactly
That's a
map.
different game mode.
Then Mauer.
Mauer.
Murder Totem Mauer, yeah. And then there's one more, right?
There's
Is
a
there
new one
more?
coming out,
Okay.
yeah. Which
Yeah.
there's lots of rumours it's a transit remake.
I mean, I'd be okay with that because Transit has potential to be good. It's just it was bad because of the last gen restraints of it being not having a big enough engine or something like that. So
It was like
which is why the facehuggers
back
were
then-
there, the fog, the lava.
back then the amount of storage
Yeah.
was very limited. Like I think a console's the highest it can have is a terabyte.
Damn.
The
Jesus.
average was about 500 gig for
Okay,
Xbox.
Yeah. For
Nowadays
360s at
it's
the time,
about a terabyte minimum.
Yeah. There you go.
So even Call of Duty already owns the record for the biggest game ever.
Which was that?
Call of Duty Modern Warfare
2019. Yeah.
at 200 gigabytes.
Yeah, I think you told me that the other day.
Yes, 200
Crazy.
gig is like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they went big.
The thing is, there's fuck all in it.
Yeah, what is in there? What's the third mode? They don't have zombies in that game.
It's Warzone.
Well, I mean,
Single, there's the campaign.
I mean,
there's the
Cold War has Warzone as well, though.
yeah, but it still runs through Modern Warfare.
Oh, okay.
It's like
I guess.
more their studio comes over
Well,
and
it's,
does updates.
let's
on
be
it.
fair though. Modern Warfare 2019 not as bad as Black Ops 4. They got rid of the campaign in Black Ops 4. How shit could they? Because they made Blackout, which was a failed version of Warzone, by the way. And then
They were sniffing a bunch of
they
glue, then
replaced
used
the
that glue.
campaign with Blackout. And that's a sin. I'm sorry. Anyway, continue. Ridiculous.
Yeah, they
Wait, I can't stand
with
that.
Blackout. Treyarch just got PVA glue, stuck all of
Yeah, they have Barucht in there. What
They-
else do they have?
all of the maps together, and then they were just sniffing the glue from them.
And then they did the rest like that, yeah, in that state.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They stuck Nuketown next to Verrucht at one point of the updates.
First of all, that makes no sense.
It wasn't even zombies
canonically.
Nuketown. The thing is, like, with Verrucht, they were only in that section.
How many
As
fucking
soon as you left
times
that area, the zombies would just go,
Okay, bye then, yeah.
"Hey,
Exactly.
good time."
Yeah, exactly. How many
That would've
times have
been
they
awesome to
updated Nuketown? How many times? You had, wasn't in World at War,
It's
so it was in BO1, BO2, BO3, BO4,
Hold on, it was...
Cold War, Blackout.
No. There's BO1,
Yeah.
then BO2, and then BO2 had also zombies mode.
Yep, there you go, yep. BO2 zombie, then BO3,
had the bouncy one.
the futuristic
Yeah,
one.
BO4 is Alpha Omega.
Yeah, the zombies mode Alpha Omega, yep. Must have had it
They've also
multiplayer
got
as
it
well.
in blacked out.
They had it in multiplayer as well, probably. So then there's
No, I don't-
multiplayer.
I don't think they did, but they also had it in blackout,
Okay,
which
so
was their main
Blackout,
thing they were
also
trying to
Alpha
sell.
Omega, then Cold War.
Cold War has it, yeah.
Yeah, is that it then? Maybe. Well, still 7 times you've remade a
6,
map.
7, yeah.
That is ridiculous. Like Jesus, you just Nuketown is tired. Like just give it a break. Like every game that Treyarch has made now
Well,
is,
Nuct is as well. World at War.
wasn't in BO4 though. Yeah, it wasn't in BO4. It was in obviously it was in World at War.
Yeah, but that game
BO1.
sucked, so...
Well, I mean, yeah, true. I mean, it's probably better that it wasn't in that one. World at War, BO1. Yeah. Then BO2, it was in transit briefly.
Yeah.
Then it was in BO3, yeah, in the Chronicles.
Zombies Chronicles.
Then nothing until Cold War. Cold War Day Machine.
Which is D Machine, yeah.
Oh, no. Was it in Blackout? No. Maybe. Okay.
There's only one.
Okay, there you go then. If it was in Blackout, then that means it was in BO4, and I'm like, oh god. No.
And if I remember rightly, Nuct was originally the actual map.
It was a campaign. Yeah, it was
It
a
was,
campaign.
it was
in
part of the
World at War.
campaign, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Thinking of that, but
No,
the
that
most
happens.
reused zombies map.
That happens a lot. Is like a lot of multiplayer maps come from campaigns.
Yeah.
Like I realise that, but it's like sometimes they do make changes to suit.
Yeah.
But
all of the World at War zombies maps are from the campaign, at least briefly maybe.
Yeah,
Interesting.
What
That's a new
I've
fact.
played on multiplayer. I don't.
Yeah. I remember Doris being in the multiplayer as well. No, not campaign. I remember Doris being in there. At least most of it. Maybe they the bit at the back near the catwalk. That bit is definitely in the campaign somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know where in it, but it is there.
Yeah, but
They reused the models of Nikolai and all that from the campaign. They're random soldiers.
they were.
Yeah.
Well, at least.
They all were. I'm pretty sure, at least briefly.
Yeah, no, literally, Reznov, he from the campaign keeps shouting at another Russian, and he just looks like Nikolai.
Yeah.
I think it's Dmitry or something.
Dimitri.
Yeah, that's
Dimitri.
that's
the
Nikolai.
name. That is the name. I
If
know.
you look on his bag, they actually wrote on Dimitri's bag Nikolai's vodka.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
even in
brilliant.
Easter eggs, like a reference to Nikolai instead
As
of
in
Nikolai's
zombies,
name.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. There you go. I think Richtofen is a prominent model in the campaign as well. As for the other two, I think they're
He's just got
random
a
soldiers.
casual general look to him.
Yeah.
Like how he's dressed.
Mm.
And in the Fall of Stalingrad, you can snipe Reznov.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And start
I'm pretty
the
sure I
American
remember that,
campaign. Takeo gets killed right in front of you.
Yeah,
Right before
yeah.
he tortures you.
So yeah, it's interesting
And of
how
course-
how it's just a big like sort
And
of
of course,
like
Tank is
patchwork
just
piece.
American.
Yeah,
American
American
background
soldier. Yeah, about a random character. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because, like I say, zombies have always been like that, but now we're criticizing Cold War zombies for reusing old stuff.
It's
It feels considering how many good original maps we got in BO3, I think that's the reason. It's like we know how good they can do it because BO3 had so many good maps: Shadows of Evil, Horizon Drag.
that's the thing. It's a grey area.
Because that's how they started, but they've come a long way.
It's more as like, yes, it's fine reusing assets.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're called. Like that's fair enough.
Because it's
But
easier
it's the
to do.
consistency of how many assets
It's
they've reused.
Because it's a recycling bin at this point. The amount of times they've remastered maps now, and
Yeah, it's like
anyway.
it's fine like bits and pieces, but it's like most of the time they don't make changes
Yeah, exactly.
to maps. It's like
Yeah. Anyway,
even to suit the different game modes. So it's
Yeah.
like oh,
it's a shame, really.
they just
Yeah.
threw zombies in the map instead of
Yeah, just chucked it in. But yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, that'll do it for this podcast since we are just about run out of time. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. This has been our topic of video games it ended up being about. So
Video
yeah,
games.
hope you guys have enjoyed. I guess we'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye everyone. Do your R2D2 impression again, I dare you. Okay, I wasn't being serious, but there you go. And save.